You know, it's all about the neighborhoods. In the city of Cincinnati, there's 52 of them, I think. And Cincinnati Magazine is looking into the crystal ball to see which spots are on the rise. The latest edition features the cover story, Where to Live Next. And joining us now to talk about these up-and-comers is a magazine editor-in-chief, John Fox. And John, thanks so much for coming in.
John, sure.
I love the way you categorize. There's 4 categories that you looked at.
Right.
And I love the way you did this, because I think this is more how people have stages of life, right?
I agree.
All right, let's talk about the 4 categories first.
So what we did is we did 2 neighborhoods that we identified in each of these 4 categories. So we started with starter homes, because that's what you think about when, which tend to be smaller and less expensive. And so we found 2 neighborhoods that we really liked, and this was all based on how prices have grown, how long houses stay on the market.
Sure.
So it's where the action is. And so the 2 we identified were College Hill, which has a great up-and-coming business district.
Yes.
And Deer Park, which a lot of people don't know about. It's up in, in the northern middle part of Hamilton County, and both of them have beautiful small homes.
Right.
Only like in the mid, like $150,000.
Yeah, that's very interesting, because both of those, I think, are what were established neighborhoods at one point. My wife's uncle lived in Deer Park for like close to 50 years. But what you're saying about it is absolutely true.
Yeah, they call them first ring neighborhoods.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what we're looking at that.
Yeah. So that's the first category. Then the second category is if you step up, you want a larger home, maybe you have kids, maybe you want you need extra bedrooms. So the 2 there that we talked about were Delhi Township, which if you're not familiar with the West Side, you may not be familiar with that, but there's a ton of great homes over there.
Yeah, and it's a logical step up from another place.
It is, and the thing about homes, as everyone knows too, is that you can have the same home in 2 different neighborhoods, and they're completely different prices.
Yes.
And Delhi Township and the West Side in general tends to be a little bit more affordable.
Well, the second neighborhood in that category was Pleasant Ridge. Which is still in the city of Cincinnati, and that's the picture that we're showing on the screen right now. Beautiful homes, and again, larger homes that you can step up to, but 100-year-old, 75-year-old brick homes. And they used to have, I know that there was some problem with the storms a few years back, but they still have tree-lined streets that are absolutely stunning.
They really do, and a nice business district as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the third category is downsizing. So you've started, you've grown, now you want to maybe downsize, maybe the kids are gone, or you're looking to maybe you don't want to deal with a yard anymore. And so we looked at 2 neighborhoods where they have a lot of condos, and one I think is an obvious one is Bellevue over in northern Kentucky. There's condos on the hills, but there's also 3 really nice riverfront developments there.
Very nice.
But the other one we found that I think would be a little surprising is Loveland.
Loveland?
Loveland, I know. So there's this new development there with 8 condo units right in downtown Loveland, right on the bike trail and the hiking trail. The river's right there. And they sold out immediately, and we think we've talked to people that say that there will be more condo developments out there. And obviously that's a different kind of life out there, but you can live if you want to downsize and live in Loveland, it's very walkable, a lot of outdoor activity, that kind of thing.
Okay, we only got less than a minute left, but we want to get this thinking outside the box. This is for the more adventuresome.
A little bit more. So the 2 that we identified there were Evanston, and the West End, and both of them have been invested in by the Port Authority, by the city, by nonprofit housing development folks, and they've been developing here and there. And so in between those, a lot of private people are now buying and moving in, and you can still buy relatively cheap, but a lot of them need a lot of work. But if you're the kind of person that likes to do that, I think you can get a lot of value there.
Yeah, that could be sort of like what happened with Mount Auburn many years ago.
And even over the Rhine, a lot of that where you can buy cheap, you can put a lot of money to it and rehab, but then you'll end up in a beautiful neighborhood. All
right, show them the magazine again.
Cover right here, Where to Live Next.
That's it. Go get it right now. It is, John, thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome, John.
It is 9:45. We'll be right back.